You're in the shower, alone, and yet you're arguing with someone who isn't even there. You're replaying what happened last week, planning what to say next time, running a conversation that may never happen with someone who isn't in the room. You've done this 1,000 times, different scenarios, same pattern. Most people call it overthinking. Psychology calls it something completely different. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Before anything else, this isn't anxiety running loose. It isn't a broken mind searching for problems. The word people use for this is overthinking, but that word is wrong. It implies excess. It implies something that should simply stop. But here's what most people get wrong. This pattern isn't random. It isn't noise. It's a system, a highly specific, deeply intelligent system your brain built for a reason, and it's been running quietly in the background your entire life. Psychologists call this anticipatory simulation, and the name itself tells you everything. Your brain isn't daydreaming, it's rehearsing. It's running mental simulations of future events so that when reality arrives, you're already prepared. What looks like random imagination from the outside is actually a survival mechanism from the inside. This seems like a mind that can't stay still. It's actually a mind that refuses to be caught off guard. Think about the last time you ran a conversation in your head. Why did it feel necessary? This pattern often forms early. For people who grew up in environments where emotional unpredictability was common, where reactions were hard to read, where the wrong word at the wrong moment had real consequences, the brain learned something important: prepare, rehearse, anticipate. Running the scenario in advance felt safer than being surprised by it. And what the brain learns young, it keeps doing long after the original environment is gone. Here's where it gets interesting. The trigger doesn't need to be dramatic. Even subtle, early experiences of emotional uncertainty can wire this pattern in permanently. There's a neurological reason this feels so automatic. Your brain's default mode network, the system that activates when you're not focused on an external task, is wired towards social simulation. In plain terms, when your mind goes idle, it automatically runs people-based scenarios. It's not a malfunction. It's the brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. The mind that keeps simulating is a mind that takes human connection seriously enough to prepare for it.
The reason you can't stop the scenarios isn't weakness. It's the same cognitive architecture that makes you more emotionally prepared than most people around you. But the pattern becomes a problem when the simulation replaces the actual conversation, when the rehearsal feels more real than the room you're sitting in. The issue isn't the imagination, it's that nobody taught you how to close the tab. People who live inside imagined conversations aren't escaping reality. They're trying to make reality safer before they enter it. That's not a flaw in the wiring. That's the wiring doing exactly what it was trained to do: protect you from being unprepared in the moments that matter. The mind that rehearses is the mind that cares deeply about getting it right. The only shift worth making isn't stopping the simulation, it's learning to trust yourself enough to walk in without one. If this explained you more accurately than you expected, send it to someone who needs it.